Hata sisikia vibaya. Kuna mavitu hata sisikia vibaya. No. Yo, nimeshinda nikiomba kali kolabo. Miaka mingi ananiambia bado. Hata sisikia vibaya. Hata sisikia vibaya. Akanishow rudi studio. Okota gado before you call Jones to be in your video. Hata sisikia vibaya. I'm sure you just give me 1 year. I'll be rocking shows from the front to the rear. You gonna wish you gave me that chance, utalia. Tani omba lift in my private layer. And you don't call me scare vibaya. Siku hizi mindi unanyima na kola. Nimepanda be, nimepanda gwa. Watch out, wasikie vibaya. Watch out, wasikie vibaya. Sasa mini don #1 boss lady wasikie vibaya. Nimekuwa chini niki hustle daily na sina ubaya. Nashikisha kama bebe isili na washikisha na manchebe baridi. Uzidi nitazidi wazidi kusikia vibaya. Oh, wacha wasikie vibaya. Wacheke na wewe wakutake mabaya. Kwangu kila laheri, Mungu wangu halali. Wakidhani tafeli nazidi hadi Ulaya. Napiga luku na swag hadi retire. Najaza buku kwa dendri begi ni fire. Nipate mwisho wa mwezi cheki ni wire. Napiga picha selfie kwa benki na sina haya. Chema cha jiuza ni ya leo, ni ya leo, ni ya leo. Kuuza tutauza ni ya leo, ni ya leo, ni ya leo. Nywele paka mafuta ni ya leo, ni ya leo, ni ya leo. Kuuza tutauza ni ya leo, ni ya leo, ni ya leo. #1 boss lady wasikie vibaya. Nimekuwa chini niki hustle daily na sina ubaya. Nashikisha kama bebe isili na washikisha na manjebe baridi. Uzidi nitazidi wazidi kusikia vibaya. Wasikie
na tena na tema na penda ni kama nimetoka pesa.
Usikie
Umeelewa hiki? Nimeamka nimeelewa. Kama hema. Ndio wanajana hema. Wewe. Ina mizimu hivi. Ningekuwa na hizo kitambara nyumbani. Itakuwa hivi. Watu wanao jacket. Ya joto.
wasikie
Wasikia vibaya.
wasikie vibaya. #1 boss lady wasikie vibaya. Nimekuwa chini niki hustle daily na sina ubaya. Nashikisha kama bebe isili na washikisha na manjebe baridi. Uzidi nitazidi wazidi kusikia vibaya. Sasa mini don #1 boss lady wasikie vibaya. Nimekuwa chini niki hustle daily na sina ubaya. Nashikisha kama bebe isili na washikisha na manjebe baridi. Uzidi nitazidi wazidi kusikia vibaya. Sasa mini donga boss lady wasikie vibaya.
You already know. Wake up, think it's my alarm, I stay stacked up. Thinking it's my charm, now I know your truth is where freedom begins. I'm prayed up, now I can define it again. Willpower never won any war, so I know to get to you I gotta get on the floor. Shida zangu, yeah, I've been here before. Lakini kitu gani kweli, ni ngumu for my Lord. Maombi ni ibada, na magoti ndiyo njia kukupata. Daily, nipate nikisala, maisha yangu mina kupa wetawala. Say maombi ni ibada, na magoti ndiyo njia kukupata. Daily, nipate nikisala, maisha yangu mina kupa wetawala. Ombi langu faraja, imani yangu ibada, neema yako msaada. Ombi langu faraja, imani yangu ibada, neema yako msaada. Faraja, faraja, ibada, ibada, msaada, msaada. Faraja, faraja, ibada, ibada, msaada, msaada. Yeah, flow ya Aroniko underway. Ninachofanya una bless my way. Wani mwangaza even when the clouds are gray. Wanirudisha hata nikigo astray. Misi worry, me na pray. Very early, a killer day. On the daily, me need to set my alarm. Me na jenga na wewe na jo foundation ni farm. Maombi ni ibada, na magoti ndiyo njia kukupata. Daily, nipate nikisala. Maisha yangu mi nakupa wetawala. Si maombi ni ibada, na magoti ndiyo njia kukupata. Daily, nipate nikisala. Maisha yangu mi nakupa wetawala. Ombi langu faraja, imani yangu ibada, neema yako msaada. Ombi langu faraja, imani yangu ibada, neema yako msaada. Faraja, faraja, ibada, ibada, msaada, msaada. Faraja, faraja, ibada, ibada, msaada, msaada. Ombi langu ni wewe, ombi ni wewe, ni wewe. Ombi langu, ombi ni wewe.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Got the beautiful Miss V on them vocals. Calligraph Jones in the place. Rabbit. Teamwork. Let's get it.
From outer space, out of this world, we come in peace, tell your master all. We are taking over this place right now. But bring your crew, you can let them know. We in town, they should dress up for the show. We are bringing down this town tonight, oh. In an African party, we stomp our feet on the ground. We raise our hands in the air and say, hey, hey, hey. Luka, leo hatulali jo. Dunda, asubuhi mpaka kesho jo. Washanare madem na machali tu. Usijali hali mpono juu. Luka, leo hatulali jo. Dunda, asubuhi mpaka kesho jo. Washanare madem na machali tu. Usijali hali mikono juu.
Imagine, hivyo ndo muingianga kwa klabu au jasikia tunakula life na adabu na masela sela. Wana hela hela umenijazka hiu mase hela hela ni jui basi tela ni king kaka king of Zamunda. Tuko ndani na tumedunga kaka clothing bado mtumba. Mina manager tuko tight anajua mini spend thrift. Meza drinks nimezipanga kama Tetris.
In an African party, we stomp our feet on the ground. We raise our hands in the air and say, hey, hey, hey. Luka, leo hatulali jo. Dunda, asubuhi mpaka kesho jo. Washanare madem na machali tu. Usijali hali mpono juu. Luka, leo hatulali jo. Dunda, asubuhi mpaka kesho jo. Washanare madem na machali tu. Usijali hali mpono juu.
Boo, check it. Yo, I go like boom, 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 boom. Mikono kwa hewa nikifika tu kwa boom, 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 boom. As I be rolling when I be the cruiser, boom, boom. Get out the way. I'm feeling like money today. I'm here to pour it up all over the club. I'm willing to pay, so That's our plan to go and tap it. Hey y'all, feed what up, let's make it happen. I'm here to get it cracking. Shorties are telling me that I'm attractive, cause they be feeling the swag, I'm classic. Call me Papa Jones, and that's it. That's it. I'm on.
Luka, leo hatulali jo. Dunda, asubuhi mpaka kesho jo. Washanare madem na machali tu. Usijali hali mpono juu. Luka, leo hatulali jo. Dunda, asubuhi mpaka kesho jo. Washanare madem na machali tu. Usijali hali mikono juu. Luka,
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, boys and girls. My name is Caroline Murote, and I am here with you, Kama every single Monday, Wednesday, and this particular Friday. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Sheversations. And in case this is your first time here today, Karibu Sana. This is a show where we amplify female voices. So anything that has to do with the girlies, I am the guy. I'm the guy who knows the guy who knows the guy. Mnanipata? All right, and a good morning to you. How has your morning been? Mimi, I've been thinking about the rate of road accidents nimekuwa nikiona, particularly hapa CBD, and I think sijui kama ni rainy season ama ni nini, because every single day naona a road accident. And I don't mean these cute ones zenye watu dudu and the little cute matchboxes wanagongana na mabasi or border guys. I mean gory accidents. I mean the amount of almost dead bodies I've seen just in the past week is really making me question what's going on. So maybe you have some answers for me. Maybe you understand traffic patterns. Maybe you understand seasons. Maybe ukona maybe you have what do you call it? A conspiracy theory or just a theory. CG, oh, they're sacrificing people, portals. Oh, at this time, that's what, because the stories out here are quite crazy. But like, in case you want to give me feedback on how you're doing, on how you're planning on spending your weekend, and what in the world is going on with the amount of road accidents that are happening in this Nairobi city, let me know. Caroline_Murote on Instagram is a place to find me. Slide into my DMs if you want to talk to me directly. Holla, and I'll send you my number if you're not a weirdo, because we don't do that, okay? Facebook, Caroline Murote. On TikTok, it's at Carol Murote, Carol Murote. And on X, Mali bado mnapigana, because wow, it's always a bloodshed on the streets of Twitter. That bird app, honestly, a lot is going on. And at Power Radio across all the same platforms. So holla at your girl, holla at us, Power Radio. Here you tune in and power up. And I am excited. I'm excited to have this conversation with you. In this particular Friday, we have been serenaded into the show by Fena Gitu, msichana wetu pale True Fena. I'm never going to forget that Fena is short for True Fena, because could have never thought. And then sijawai patana na mkikuyu mwingine mwenye anaitwa True Fena. True Fena inakuanga ya Waluya na generally watu wa Western. Yeah, like, to be honest, let's be honest. Ebu tuongee kidogo. True Fena, like, ama ni mimi, I'm the issue. Maybe I'm the drama. Wacha niachane nayo. But amesema sijasikia vibaya, na enyewe hajasikia vibaya. Alafu tumekuwa na Ombi by Shani, Ombi langu. Let me stop. Y'all don't need to suffer. It's a Friday, good old time. And then we had a Ruka by a Fee. So once more, welcome to the show. Let me know what you had for breakfast. I'm curious, because I'm going to be sipping on my coffee, and as I bring you the tea of what's happening, very briefly, we're gonna shout out our powerful woman for today, because there's always a woman doing something amazingly amazing near you. And then we're gonna have a conversation about period poverty, because where it bleeds, it hurts. This is a conversation we need to have, because somewhere around you, just look around the room. Somewhere around you, there's a woman menstruating. And this needs to be a normal thing. Sijakwambia ndio uanze kujudge watu and, to just make women feel self-conscious, even if you're a woman yourself. This is normal. We bleed. We are bleeding creatures. And we're going to figure out how we can better take care of the girlies when it's that a time of the month. But for now, kabla mchoke kusikia the sound of my voice, I hope as you wait, you are going to do so in anticipation, because this is Anticipate, Zenia Manase. And then we're going to have Monoma by Shani and 1,005 songs featuring Wood Omala. So yeah. I'm going to see you right after this.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
anticipating, waiting, wondering if we'll make it to our destination. Wondering if our love is wasting away. How we drive into the separation. Can't forget to mention the tension's been lacking. I stay backtracking to the good days. Reverse, you turn, it don't matter to me. Whatever takes me back to what it used to be. Will you go back there with me? Back to when our love was free. Will you go back there with me? Back to when our love was free. I've been feeling off track, wondering what's wrong with me, 'cause something got lost on the way. No, nothing feels the same, baby. I used to get lost in your phrase, something like butterflies and ecstasy. Can we take it back, back and long ago? Whatever takes me back to what it used to be. Will you go back there with me? Back to when our love was free. Will you go back there with me? Back to when our love was free.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
1005 songs in
See how I look when you know, see where's it take credit to you do, see your kwangu pozangu. God when him true, got a better view, and since I met you, when do you nuru yangu? Fact of the matter, see my Christ is the answer. You got me, so I gotta get it. Raise up the banner, make him not forget it. Stop searching for truth on my socials, looking for answers, got promos. Sana jua, there's only one way. Ni Yesu munoma, only one way. Mungu wangu ni munoma, ni munoma. Mungu wangu ni munoma, ni munoma. His image in his likeness, yeah. In his image in his likeness, yeah.
Rapping my shit and my God is the biggest out there. I've been feeling the rap with them scriptures all over like, yeah. I know you like it, 'cause you know Jehovah's son is invited. And every time that he shows up, demons are finished. So there goes my heartfelt condolences to the enemy. I'm seated in heavenly places far beyond this reach. My advocate is Jesus, I'm enjoying immunity. Paid by the blood, restoration by the Father. I'm in the assembly of the firstborn, enrolled in the heavenly places of the dawn. Spirits of the righteous made perfect for God by the blood of the Lamb. Now I walk like him, talk like him, reign with him, and it calls me years. Made in his image, tell me do you see it? Son of the dawn, rapping my city, you heard?
Mungu wangu ni munoma, ni munoma. Mungu wangu ni munoma, ni munoma. In his image, in his likeness, yeah. In his image, in his likeness, yeah. Mungu wangu ni munoma, ni munoma. Mungu wangu ni munoma, ni munoma.
Rapping my shit and my God is the biggest out there. I've been feeling the rap with them scriptures all over like, yeah. I know you like it, cause you know Jehovah's son is invited. And every time that he shows up, demons are finished, so done.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Already, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sheversations, and the time is 22 minutes past 11, and I hope that you are slowly warming up. So that was Monoma, that was 1,005 songs. That was also Word Omolo, and somebody very dynamic, and her name is Shani. Right before that, we had Anticipate, Zenia Manasseh. Let me know what's you've been feeling on your playlist. I want to know. I'm very interested because kidogo mimi, I'm those people who would listen to the same song over and over again. But it makes me happy, yeah? So I'm not very interesting when it comes to that. But speaking of interesting, what's happening? What's happening? So here at Sheversations, every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I share with you women and girl stories from around the world, around Kenya, around Africa. And right now, what's on everybody's mind, what's on every single Kenyan's mind, as long as you're not living with your head in the sand, is Butere Girls High School and the drama festival drama. Oh my goodness. Live. You know when they say that art imitates life? No, we saw it live. We saw it live because word on the street is that we saw Echoes of War, the play that the high school girls were supposed to perform, happening live. And the question is, Mbona, why are we fighting with kids? Why are we fighting with kids? Is it not embarrassing? Imagine Baba Nania kupale na rungu, na tear gas, with a gun, with bullets against 14-year-olds. Honestly, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. But in case you don't know what's been happening, let me share. And this is according to Tuko as well as Citizen Digital. So you can go and read those articles on their website if you're interested. But basically, the recent events surrounding the Butere Girls High School plays Echoes of War have sparked a significant national debate in Kenya. And the play, which has been authored by former Kakamega Senator Cleophas Malala, delves into themes of intergenerational conflict, societal norms, as well as the role of technology in social justice. And it is set in a fictional Middle Eastern kingdom, and it draws parallels to contemporary Kenyan issues, particularly resonating with the Gen Z-led protest of 2024. So something that I watched, I believe it was last week, and if not last week, it was a week before, A Parliament of Owls. Mnakumbuka when we said that this book was a prophecy when the Gen Z, when the Gen Z protest happened, Mandamano, anti-finance bill Mandamano happened last year. So Nikama, I feel like the government or whatever gloomy dark forces are influencing them, whoever it is that we need to be holding accountable, but particularly Serikali, because who else are we to hold to account? You know, when soldiers are fighting with 14-year-olds, that's weird. But I feel like they don't understand that the more you fight, the more attention you bring to this. Because imagine 3 people and their parents and their mothers, sisters, friends would have gone and watched the drama festival, and we would have all moved on with our lives. And 10 years later, the girls being 24, 25, 26, whatever age, would have said, oh my God, yeah, tulikuwa wa deep. By the way, tulifanya hii play tukiwa high school. We would have just moved on swiftly. But no, you want a motorcade of police officers, you want to arrest somebody. And basically what they did is that they took the stage during the drama festival and they sang the national anthem and said that that is our play. Because they said they're not going to perform their play without Malala, without Cleophas Malala, who is a former Kakamega senator. And there was a viral video that was trending where they came for him, kwa gari. So he had bit of space like this, alikuwa anaongelesha pale juu, and he's asking, why are you arresting me? Is it because I wrote a play? And my question is, tuko wapi? Huku ni wapi? Because those of us that didn't grow up in the Moi era, these are the things that traumatized our parents. These are the things that like would make our parents shake like this when they went into government offices. You know, that's the reason why the older generation fears police, because sai mali tumefika, You are just making our generation angry and angrier. Younger millennials, Gen Z, kila mtu ni Gen Z sahi. Imekuwa just a representation for anti-oppression and pro-justice. That's what Gen Z means at this point because that's what you decided it would mean. And you being anybody who is going against the people's right to express themselves. So why are we coming against artistic freedom? And these are young girls, young artists. There are people that are expressing, and imagine how long it takes you to get to the level where you're presenting a play at nationals. The amount of work ethic, the amount of dedication, the time taken, the emotional and mental strength that's taken. Alafu, you think, what games are we playing? But because Kenyans are not serious people, tukaamua kusema, sa hawatapata zile chapo. The memes are wild, and I like to take a lighter side of life because hapa Sheversations tunashindanga tukiongelelea femicide, and we talk about GBV, and tell me if this isn't gender-based violence. Tell me that police officers attacking 14-year-old girls, throwing canisters of tear gas where they are, is not, it was targeted. They are women. So serikali inafanya. So as a government, are we fighting against women oppression with femicide being the biggest crisis in Kenya? Or are we supporting it, being the worst and the biggest perpetrators? Because you know what this does? It sets a big precedent. It shows that this is okay and this is normal. Yeah. And a government will eat its own children for the sake of staying in power. Okay? That's the kind of country we seem to be in. And what else is on the news? So something that's hot in the streets of social media is Boina. In case you don't know Boina is a social media influencer currently now on the Festive DLP YouTube channel where she hosts a cooking show, just having conversations with different influential figures as well as artists. And a few days ago, she posted that she had been hacked. And this hacker was demanding 25,000 because the hacker had gotten access to her social media accounts through a malware exploitation, meaning that there was a link that was clicked somewhere. Yes, and this hacker said that he or she has been monitoring Boina's online activity and even has a recording of her during her visit to an adult website. So pornography. So what does this mean? We were talking about OVO. We were talking about online violence against women. That's what OVO is, OVAW. That's what we were talking about on Wednesday's Sheversation. And this is exactly what it is. This level of violence against women and thinking that you can leverage somebody's privacy for improper financial gain. Those are the conversations that we need to be having to understand that we live in a society where people think it's okay to do this. And you know what? Fair is fair, because if you're a hacker, you're just a thief. You are stealing information and getting into spaces you shouldn't be. Wewe na a physical thief hakuna difference. Nyinyi wote huku Kenya itabidi mchomwe. And I'm not advocating for that because I told you how I feel about mob justice, but consequences, and we just need a heavy crackdown when it comes to violations of online privacy, particularly against women. Now, we are going to talk about period poverty, and we're going to be addressing why it's important for us to take a stance. Why, atakama, even if you're okay, even if you're completely fine and completely comfortable, why it is important for you to have an opinion that is building towards others getting out of the space, and how it affects us as a society and practical things that we can do. But right before that, we're briefly going to have our powerful woman of today, of the day, and that's gonna happen right about now, but after Semangwe. And once more, it is a Fena Gitu featuring on our playlist. I'll see you in just a bit.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Baby boo, say my way. Ooh, say my way. No, not say my way. Ooh, say my way. Mara ya kwanza kwenye biti ya pacho sema tuseme mimi ni bacho sema ni kill beat kani nimefunga macho sema we nakula kwa kijiko si kwa macho we panganga mingi misinaga we big tune coming right away yeah like a little baby fresh from the home that Lazarus is lying in that home when I'm in a step in the road patrol boss sema we baby boo, say my way. Ooh, say my way. Ooh, hey. No, not say my way. No, not say my way. Ooh, say my way. Hey. Say my way, I'm coming again. Round the circle, meet again. Hey. We met before, I was meeker then. Used to be a 4, now I'm rocking a 10. Hey. You never know where this could end. Thailand, Singapore, London, bring a friend. I'll be up, ooh, we can go, we can, ooh, we can, Semangwe, Pikachu, tutaenda. Tutodea, Semangwe, utapenda. Phenomenal, step in the room. Bring back the two, Semangwe. Baby boo, Semangwe.
I love us music.
Nikipita unasema ngwe. Nikifika unasema ngwe. Ukipita unasema ngwe. Sema ngwe nikuguse kwa mwili. Sema ngwe iko kamili.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Welcome back. So in case you've forgotten, because why would you? My name is Caroline Murote, and this is Sheversations, and we are gonna celebrate our powerful woman. And today, guess who we're shouting out? I just mentioned her a few minutes before. So we are celebrating that girl, Boyna. Come on now, that girl, Boyna. It's a baddie with the bite. That is who we are shouting out today. And honestly, there's a reason why, this particular hacker would find her a relevant person. Because mimi ukinitumia sijui uniambie you have my pictures from here. First of all, you're not going to find anything. Number 2, sina yodo. Number 3, imagine utani exposed to who, where. Why? For what reason? Itawak. I would not even read the email. That's the most interesting. Like as a criminal and you're sending emails, sophisticated, that must be a Gen Z criminal. Very, very sophisticated. I like it. It's It's entertaining, to say the least. All right. So what do we have to say about Boina? Come on, Jui. Just know that she's been feeding herself. The girl is a whole snack and a half, and anakwanga anamaliza all of the snacks. So if you like a girl that anakula kama fundi, a girl who's not afraid of food, a girl who is intimidating food, yani chakula, food sees her coming, and it's like, oh my God, no. That's the person that we are talking about today, and we're gonna get into who she is. And because we're very serious with our receipts, government names, majina za serikali, anaitwa Boina. Imagine, that's her actual name. And she was born on the 24th of January 1999. Hey, akufika compound sentence because what we were 2000 and let me just be old in peace. But yeah, she's a late 90s baby. She's a Kikuyu babe, and she's repping Nairobi to the fullest. So yeah, Ali grew up Uku. She's all about the urban life, and she's got a very street smart, confidence. Yes, and she's on that. I mean, takula ugali na I'm tani show. She's that kind of a person already. And she's been educating people when it comes to food. She's doing good things. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. So how did she rise to fame? How? So 2023, yani the year before last, which is typically a year ago, she popped off on TikTok. She started trending. Why? Because alikuwa nakula. She's like, this is food. You people are gonna watch me eating food. And let me tell you, like, Izo sure, siko sure. By the way, siko sure. Skunta meet because I feel like I have to meet her. I'm going to ask her because there's no way you're eating 2 burgers. Alafu nakula a whole platter of fries. And nasema platter, sisemi a pack of fries. Platter means ni fries plus other things. Unakula po pork, ribs, alafu nasema, let me just wash this down with the shawarma and a bottomless soda. Like, I don't think she did those things in one shot. Because if she did, and Shorty was not gaining weight, what's that about? Because Mimi, nakula 2 slices of bread and then it's like, hello, Black Santa Claus. It's wild. It's crazy. Yeah, so that's what she popped off from, doing TikTok videos, posting herself eating. And Jamhuri Day, she said, Leon, today is the day. And she pulled out a 5-star buffet. And the whole internet said, yes, please. So that's what she creates, food content, but with the vibe. With the vibes. And her facial expressions, guys, honestly, yeah, and Lupita, same box, because Oscar worthy. And sana kuanga pia na very, very kali captions. So she's really good on the socials. And right now she's a festive queen. What does that mean? That she's hosting. She is hosting Festive's show. Yes, on our screens on YouTube and on live TV. And she started doing this during the holidays with, honestly, her over-the-top content. Now, juzi, nimewatch video yake na Kenodia. I think it came out last week. Kenodia, the influencer. If you don't know who that is, go over and check him out. He's a cross-dressing creator. He's an influencer, and that's his brand, so that's why I say it that way. And so sawa walikuwa napika, because essentially what happens on this show is that they cook. Wanapika too, and they have conversations about whatever guest is on air. So tell me why walikuwa natengeneza hot dogs. Hot dog, yani hot dog. You know hot dogs. I know hot dogs. Zile za Naivas, a Quick Mart, whatever. Like, we know what a hot dog is. Kulikuwa na nyanya. Why? Why was there nyanya? Ata Kenodia kauliza, uko sure? I don't think they ended up using those tomatoes. Like, waliamua tu, they were there for aesthetic value. But Boina was like, yeah, tujaribu tu. And so many spices. There was black pepper, there was, and I was like, imagine, first of all, the sausages, whether you're using a Vienna, you're using Boerewors. Okay, what's that? Bratwurst. What's that? Bratwurst. Naisema venye mnaisomanga, Woers. It's an African name, and Boerewors is how it is pronounced, but Bratwurst or just wors. Braai is a South African Afrikaner way of saying barbecue, and that is derived from the Netherlands, the Dutch people. That's when you hear Afrikaans as a language and not Africans with a C-A-N-S. Afrikaans, K-A-A-N-S. That is what the Boers, who are the descendants of the Dutchmen who came from the Netherlands to South Africa, late 1800s, early 1900s. Was it 1700s? Mimi hata sijui. They've been there a while, so South Africa is currently their home. That's where that name comes from. Boerewors. So hizo vitu zinakuanga na flavor na spice. So like mbona tunaweka sijui curry powder, tunaweka in a hot dog. So when we say over the top, I feel like you're getting the picture. Yes, but she does a good job. She does a good job because at the end of the day, they make all these meals, they teach you, they show you. And it's honestly a very warm and entertaining, show to watch. And Sasa, speaking of drama, I host Andrew Kibe and the internet, because Akiwoye, if Andrew Kibe is not trending, what is he doing? For all the wrong reasons. So if you want to know what happened on that show, go and watch. And because Boina handled that like the queen that she is. So if you want to find her, go search that girl Boina on TikTok and on Instagram, and you are going to find her. And she's honestly a queen and she deserves her crown. And that's why we've decided to shout her out on today's Powerful Woman. So, okay, Kenyan baddie, Kenyan food queen and TikTok CEO. We see you there, girl Boina. So thank you for making us happier and hungrier. We appreciate it. Personally, I do. So yeah, let's jump into another jam. So this is a dark skin Brandy Minor, and then we'll have a conversation about how to have better periods in a better economic situation and how to eradicate a period poverty. I'm gonna see you in a jiffy.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
You say you like Ologomba, baby turn around and pull up to me bumper. Your skin smooth like Jojoba. Ati wanafanya nini? Wanaogopa. Dark skin and not Georgia. Melanin all over. Nobody can boga. Well, they tried sometime back in November. They really didn't think I would remember. Sahi, my confidence in my rise. I never used to be like this before. I used to be so damn insecure. I took go a dark skin Lana. Haters are working loud. Nothing ever sweet like coco. Get on the dance floor, make them loco. You say you like Ologomba, baby turn around and pull up to me bumper. Your skin smooth like Jojoba. Ati wanafanya nini? Wanaogopa. Dark skin and not Georgia. Melanin all over. Nobody can boga. You say you like Ologomba, baby turn around and pull up to me bumper. Your skin smooth like Jojoba. Ati wanafanya nini? Wanaogopa. Dark skin and not Georgia. Melanin all over. Nobody can boga. Yeah. You don't know how I like your confidence. The way you walk, how you talk, it's evident. Black is the beauty, so more for them. You are a star, brown skin, una kill. Oh, show them who you are. You are a star, brown skin, una kill. Oh, show them who you are. You like a loco, like a loco, you like that toto. Like that toto star, you like a loco, like a loco, you like that toto star, you like a loco, you like that toto star. You like a logo, logo, but you like that star.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
My Hyundai, Fena, Gitu, and Moroni, the drummer queen, and they're about to kill it. You ain't ready for this, Nairobi. If you killing it, put your hands up in the air for this one time.
Feeling so fresh, so juicy. Only rock with the best, I'm choosy. I got the sauce, I'm choosy. In the ghetto at the same time, bougie. Ooh, wanna take a photo, cause my style look good. Caught a good vibe, I can feel it in my soul. Driving around Nairobi like a boss. I don't mean to brag, no, I don't mean to floss. Of course, on the highway, listening to Kagwe. To New West, thank God that it's Friday. Man, we so fly, it's our time. On the dance floor, do my latte wine. I'm a kawaida, I kill it, I kill it, I'm a kawaida, I kill it, I kill it, I'm a kawaida, I kill it, I kill it, I'm a kawaida, I kill it, I kill it,
kama kawaida, niko na mistari na niko na mawaida. If she asks for money, never leave with the broad. And if he say he'll pay you next week, he's a fraud. East African girl, hella mean with the quad. One time, then I leave with the squad. She say she got the sauce, I got the mayo. The way I rock the city, Nairobi be like, ayo. Hey, we can chill in my car. You can listen to my new sheet. Now, do you like it or not? Eh, can you with my bullshit? Eh, wanna babaika? I feel it, I do. Oh, oh, the way I kill it, I do. And anything you want, yeah, I feel it, I do.
I'm a kawaida, I kill it, I do. Oh, I kill it, I do. I'm a kawaida, I kill it, I do.
911, we are bird.
I'm a kawaida, I kill it, I do.
Oh, yeah.
I kill it, I do. I'm a kawaida, I kill it, I do. I kill it, I do.
That drama queen start, favorite part. Ride around Nairobi sitting pretty on this tracks. I'm thinking my new black is greater than you can. Imagine venue to mewakilisha with my clan. Let's talk about it. I've been about it, dream about it. Worked so hard I became about it. Worked so hard they became about me. Ask about me, ask about me. What's surrounding? All the squad is who's around me. All the sauce is who's around me. Real, trill, live for the thrill. Lucky Luciano, baby, live for the kill. Deal. In something important, for something important. Kuha so Nick constant like
I kill it, I do. I kill it, I do. I'm a kawaida. I kill it, I do. I kill it, I do. I'm a kawaida. I kill it, I do. I kill it, I do. I'm a kawaida. I kill it, I do. I kill it, I kill it, I do.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Kama kawaida, I feel it every single Friday. This is the vibe. This is the vibe, and that was my girl, Afena Get You. Right before that, we had Dark Skin by Brandy Minor, and I hope that you're enjoying the show. The time is 51 minutes past 11. That is a few minutes to half past the day. My favorite time of the day, half past the day, 12 noon. Lakini. As you can see, I am not here by myself. I'm not going to be having this conversation by myself for today. I have done you guys one, and I've brought somebody who is more knowledgeable in this area than I am. And we are going to be having this conversation about period poverty. And I want my guest to introduce himself. You're very, very welcome. Please let the people know how you're feeling and who you are here.
Thank you so much. My name is Rachuonyo Duncan.
You're welcome.
Thank you for hosting me today.
No problem.
To talk about sensitive issues.
Yes.
I'm a founder of Kwetu Mashinani.
Okay.
This is a community-based organization.
Okay.
Situated in Migori County, some kilometers away from Nairobi.
Yes, just a few.
Absolutely. So basically what we do at Kwetu Mashinani, we empower the community, also fight illiteracy and promote a reading culture. So Kwetu Mashinani has got, we have got 5 pillars.
Yeah.
One of the key pillars that we are doing is a community library.
Right.
Because most of the schools back up country, they are undersourced.
Okay.
And they lack so many facilities from toilet, latrines, laboratories, library. So it affects the kids in their learning process. And then we have got mentorship program where we just mentor the boys and girls on how their career path.
Yes.
And then we have got the feeding program that we also do. And then we have got free sanitary towels for the girls within the area that we are serving more than 25 primary schools, public schools. And then we have got the feeding program that I've said. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So our main focus, we normally do the scholarship program for the girls because most of the girls, they're struggling to attain their potential in school. Okay. And then we have realized that some of the girls also are struggling to go to school because of the issue of the periods. And as a person, I'm a journalist by profession. All right. And I saw the need of the girls because I realized that some of the girls are skipping school, dropping out of school classes, and also there's a case of teenage pregnancy, which is so many rampant. Yeah, heartbreaking. Absolutely. Yes. So we decided to assist these girls to tackle the issue of period poverty by distributing sanitary towels to these girls. All right. And the outcome is amazing. I love that. Yeah. I love that. So in a nutshell, you've introduced yourself very well. So I know what you're all about. Lakini kuna kitu nili notice, Kwetu Mashinani is spelled with a Q. Absolutely. Yes. So is that just the creativity, or is there a particular reason? Kwetu Mashinani with a Q is just creativity. It's just creativity. To make it a bit unique. I love that. Absolutely. Yes, and speaking of unique, so you have a unique story. Yeah. You said that you're a journalist, and right now the work that you have described is community-based. You know, just looking into the community, grassroots level, and just doing a lot of on-the-ground work. So how did that transition happen? Was it a transition? Was it something intentional? Can you walk us through that? As a journalist, I'm a feature writer. Okay. And as a feature writer, you go to the field, interior, do some story. You talk to people directly. So while working as a journalist, as a feature writer, I used to go to so many places, interact with so many girls, get so many sad story, good story about them. But then the transition came when I was working as a communication director for women representative in Migori County. Okay. Absolutely. Okay. But then before that, I used to work as a editor for a Tamuka newsletter in Kibera. Hey, ulikuwa umejituma. Absolutely. Yeah. And we were implementing the UNHCR policy on education. Okay. But we were interacting with the refugees. Yeah. So my work was to get story from the refugees. Okay. And I know the word refugee itself gives you the picture. It is not a good news. Yeah. These are people who are in our country. Yeah. Some are struggling to go to school, language barrier. So the passion came slowly. So when I left my work at the Women Rep office, I started this organization because I later realized that I need to do something for my community.
I love that so much. That's such a beautiful story, and it just speaks to what it looks like changing your little corner of the world. And the name Kwetu Mashinani really speaks to the sense of ownership.
Absolutely.
Yes. And now, speaking of ownership, yes, you were just sharing right before we started this conversation about your name, Rachuonyo, and then you were saying that it's the name of an area.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so what does your name mean? Where is it from? I like to get into these things that make up the people.
Rachuonyo, for those who come from Nyanza, there's a place called Rachuonyo district in Homa Bay.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And although I don't come from Homa Bay, I come from Migori County.
Okay.
I was given the name. My dad was called David Rachuonyo. So
you inherited it.
The name Rachuonyo.
Yeah, and do you know where it came from initially, other than where the place is? Like the why?
It was a popular name that people wanted to associate themselves with, but then there are very few people who are called Rachuonyo.
So what was it about this place, this Rachuonyo, that people wanted to associate with?
Rachuonyo, he was a chief.
Okay, so the place was named after him.
After him, yeah.
So it's prominence,
absolutely.
Leadership, kingship.
Absolutely.
I love that. I love that. And I think you guys from the Lakeside, you are very good at putting, a good foot forward. And I love that. Something I love about Lakeside people is the confidence that you guys carry. Unaweza kuwa unaongea na mtu na uko sure anasema nini, but you're impressed. You're impressed, and I think that's what we need in this world, especially in this economy. The way the world is politically, globally.
Absolutely.
We need confident people, and so, but as msichana wa Murema, I'm always very inspired, very inspired by that confidence. And so you have worked with refugees. You have worked in a political space.
Absolutely.
You are a feature writer, and now you're in the grassroots. You're doing community work, and just work around getting to people directly. So what would you say so far, before we even get into the people themselves and what you've seen, for you so far as an individual in your career transition, what has been, number one, the most interesting thing, and then number two, a really difficult thing? Yeah. So let me know.
Well, in terms of transition, what I can say that I've really loved to work with the community.
Okay.
And getting their first-hand story. Sometimes you can be inspired, but then you can count also yourself lucky and also empathize with their situation. And it's not a good story because illiteracy level back at home is very high. Some of the girls that I'm working with, what they go through, and it's so sad to see a girl drops out of school because of issue of period. For instance, sex for pads is something so sad to hear about in the 21st century. And every day what I do give me hope that at least I'm changing one soul at a time.
All right. Yeah. So just what you had said before about it being, when you hear people's stories, it becomes really inspiring. I think there's something about realizing when you vitu ziko kwa ground that helps you become grateful, helps you realize how privileged you are. And I think that's why we need to be having more conversations like this with individuals like yourself, because we come outside of the bubble.
That's true.
And I think that's what happened with you, because I think being a professional in this country who might be earning something hapa pale, kuna connections hapa pale, good networks, and at least a career that you can say hapa ndio inaenda, I think we tend to live in a bubble.
Absolutely.
We tend to say kila mtu anangangana, lakini wewe kusema ukweli hujui kungangana. Hujui kungangana because your reality might be different. And I think when we hear stories of individuals like yourself who then share the stories of the people, you understand that privilege looks different. And sometimes privilege might be that everybody around me can afford pads.
It's true.
Everybody around me is educated. Yes. So you said that you work to educate young children. So now, is it from any age whatsoever, or do you have a particular age group? Maybe primary school, high school. How does that work?
In the scholarship program that we are doing,
I've
got a community mobilizer, around 20 of them, who just on the lookout anytime, just to spot something very strange on a girl.
Okay.
But then we have realized that for us to break the silence, the poverty circle, it is good for someone to be educated.
Okay.
But then you realize that so many parents, when they have educated their girls to, for instance, O level, they feel that have achieved it.
Hiyo imetosha.
Yeah. So the next thing remaining is now look for a suitor, get married, and then you receive the dowry.
Yeah.
But then we say that education has no limit.
It does not.
It doesn't have limit.
Yeah.
Once a woman is empowered, the entire community is also empowered. So we target secondary girls.
Okay.
And then we give them fully a scholarship program for this. Number one, to break the teenage pregnancy circle.
Okay.
And also early marriage.
Yes.
And school dropout cases.
All right. Something important you've said. I just want to zone in on that. So, what's the connection between education and teenage pregnancy and early marriages for you who working in the field? How are they connected?
I can say number one. For instance, if I can just bring you back about the issue of period poverty, menstruation hygiene. Management practices are interconnected with education.
Okay.
Because when you miss the menstrual pads, means that you're going to miss class. And then again, it's going to affect your academics.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, issue of education, teenage pregnancy, and school dropout are also interconnected.
Okay.
A girl needs to know her right.
Okay.
Yeah, because some are vulnerable. For instance, a girl should not exchange sex for pads. That's something that she need to address it not only to the mothers, but also to the male gender like me. I'm a father.
Yes.
Yeah, she should not be shy to discuss issue of period to me. Yeah, because I'm also educated. I know what they go through. These are biological process happening in their body.
It's normal.
It's normal.
Yeah.
So they should not be afraid.
Yes.
So when one child or a girl know her right in terms of education, she'll realize that no, I should not engage on early marriage or issue of teenage pregnancy. So this boundary, absolutely. That's why I'm saying when a woman is educated or empowered, the entire community is also educated.
Beautiful. So what happens is that when you educate a girl, when you make sure that she stays in school at least to the end of high school.
Absolutely.
Basisa anajua that I don't need to get to the point where I need to have sex for a pad.
Absolutely.
There are places where I can get these things or there's something I can do.
Absolutely.
I can ask for help.
Yeah.
You talked about as a man, a girl should not be able to ask her father, and you said it's because you're a father.
Yeah.
However, in our society, there's so much stigma, not just amongst girl to girl, but, just out of ignorance. I think it's ignorance, because the way fathers are loving, the ones that are present, I think it's ignorance. So there's so much ignorance around periods. And that statement coming from a man is so pleasant, but also important.
It's true.
Because we need to have a conversation about men and girls when it's time for their period. How can we bridge that gap? That this is our father. I didn't grow up lacking pads, personally. I was blessed. I don't think that should be a privilege because it's supposed to be normal. But seeing what goes on around us, I was privileged that I never lacked menstrual hygiene products. However, I could never have a conversation with my father, who is a very educated man. Now, seeing the way he grew up, I don't think any men around where he came from culturally talked about that. Yet, I may travel, I may interact with women, knows that women are leaders. Yet, having 3 daughters, this is never a conversation we could have. To the point where when you mentioned that I need money for pads, ni kama hata nashtuka.
It's true. It's true.
Ni kama ufai kumwambia. I was not afraid until I learned that labda sifai kumwongelesha based on his reaction. So could you, culturally, we know saizi vitu zimekuwa hash. Girls are shamed. There is so much stigma. From a man's perspective and a father's perspective, and somebody who does this work sees what it's like for these girls and how you're needed as men. How can we bridge that gap? Because it's so cultural.
I think one thing is very sad because as a society, we need to interact with our brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And it happens not only in the community level, also in school level, when a child stays in herself during a period.
Yeah.
The teacher themselves need to be trained.
Yeah.
And also, you see, this stigma arises where the boy child now start to gossip, or to talk badly,
to make fun. Yeah.
And you realize that the society themselves, they have not been empowered enough. There's not much grassroots education or civic education per se on the issue of period poverty. And I believe that we as male gender, we need to spearhead this initiative or even this conversation to ensure that it is not a female issue.
Yeah,
not
it's not
mother.
hush.
Exactly.
I
can give you an example
yes.
where some of the girls sometimes fear to address this thing to their fathers,
yes.
but they are comfortable to maybe tell about a guy.
Yes.
Like, can you give me 100 bob? I buy my periods.
Yeah.
My dad is very harsh.
Yeah.
And then culture and taboo. Some girls are seen to be dirty during their periods.
Yeah.
They are not supposed to touch, even to cook sometimes.
Yeah, wanachafua.
So I think there's a conversation that we need to propel to ensure that this is something that we need to come on board together and address it, and also to make it like not to be seen like a crime. It is not a crime for a girl to go on periods.
Yes.
It is not a crime.
Yes.
Yeah.
So aside from having conversations like this, what do you think on the ground? A girl like me mwenye, sasa sikukosa hiyo pesa ya pads. Mi nilikuwa hata napata zimeshanunuliwa, mamangu ameniletea ama ziko kwa kabati extras. You know, hata kukuwa na ati lazima niende nitafute zangu.
It's true.
Because my mother, my parents were 3 girls in the house. Yeah. So alikuwa tu ananunua mingi, anaweka. So wewe ukihitaji unajua tu utapata. We use pads, tampons, just those products. We were exposed to those things. And so Mimi, I would at no point be looking for pads. There was an excess of them.
You were so lucky.
Yes. Yeah. But now what kind of a conversation could you have had with my father? Or similar fathers? Alafu pia sasa awa wenye their daughters are going to the boda drivers or boyfriends, you know, whoever. What do we say to these men so that can start to change?
I think a lot of grassroots civic education need to be there. Like, for instance, the baraza where the chief, the community are together.
So community gatherings.
Absolutely.
And just talk about
them. Because it has changed a lot when I'm distributing these pads to the girls.
Yes.
I involve the community.
Okay.
I'm given time at the baraza level,
yes.
at least to talk about my project.
Okay.
The initiative I'm doing, the library project, the sanitary pad project, the scholarship program.
All
but
right.
then I emphasize that we as men, we need to come up and support our girls. Yeah, this is not about issue about the women alone, but we need to come up.
I love that.
Be concerned about your girl's life, because we have experienced cases where a child's lack of pad goes to borrow some money, even to lend some money to a boda guy, but then it extended to where now we have issue of teenage pregnancy. Okay,
because they'll be asked for something in return of 100
so
bob or 50 bob.
When you deny your responsibility, when you avoid to take responsibility,
yes,
somebody else will,
yes,
but then destroy the life of the girl.
With consequences.
Absolutely.
That's really, really, really well said.
Yeah.
And now I want you to briefly walk us through. We've said that we understand why we need to empower, women and young girls. Empowered women really make the community better. Absolutely. I have a saying that women are the pillar of society, not because they're the only ones, but because that is a very powerful pillar that we're not taken care of. Society falls apart because women nurture. Even if it was not your mother, particularly, or your grandmother or your auntie, everyone, most of us are so privileged to have a woman in our lives who really took care of us when we could not. Yeah. And those stories are so valuable to all of us because most of us have a woman that we are thinking about when I share this, even if it wasn't your own parent. So now, because you see in this modern day and age of women empowerment, girl child. Kuna watu wanasemanga boy child amesahaulika. And then we have conversations in circles of understanding that Karo ako hapa akiongea na Duncan and I am empowered in my own right. I am the example that somebody will use to say, why are we trying to empower women? Si wewe uko hapa. Na they don't see that mimi mwenye niko hapa, there is 50 young girls my age who did not get an education.
That's true.
Mashinani, na wengine tu hapa Nairobi, who did not get empowerment. They did not get the support they needed, and their lives looked different because they are girls in comparison. So when you count the women who are in my position as a journalist, as a media practitioner, as an activist, and you count the men in the same position, utapata there is lack of balance.
It's true.
You realize that even the numbers cannot lie. As much as you're seeing many women going to work looking very nice, uku Nairobi. So what would you say to people who don't understand why we are still talking about empowering the girl child, particularly how they are affected by, I cannot choose to have a period?
What I can say, Carol, is that there's a lot of gap. There's a wide gap in terms of empowerment, both the boy child and the girl child.
Yes.
And it starts from home. You realize that somebody is well off, denies a girl chance to educate herself, to go to education. But then it struggles so much. Even sell his cow, land, piece of land, so that the boy can go to school.
So it's cultural as well.
Exactly.
Yes.
But behind the scene, he is assuming that the girl will be married to somebody else.
Atauza msichana.
Ama
msichana atapotea, ataenda kwa wenyewe.
So why should I educate somebody who will be married?
It's a waste.
It's a waste.
Yes.
So that's a negative aspect for a society to view women like that. Number two, if you go at domestic level, a woman can be denied a chance to even start a business.
Okay.
To empower herself.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
But then a man will be comfortable to see her as a housewife.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
But now, it's not that the man doesn't have the capital.
Yes.
But it's seen that if she's going to be empowered.
Yeah, atapotea.
Absolutely.
We are not at the same level.
We are not at the same
Atanikalia.
level. Atanikalia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's...
So I think it's, number one is how society view things and then cultural issues because culture take a bigger percentage.
Okay.
Because women are viewed like, for instance, they're there to be seen, not to be heard.
Yes. They're property. We're there for aesthetic value. Trophies. And something to help you fulfill your goals in life.
So women need to be empowered.
Yes.
And many women struggle a lot because as much as that father figure in the house, but then whatever the man is doing maybe is ameingiwa na pombe but then you see the woman struggling to get something on the table for the family.
Yeah.
So they need to be empowered financially, morally, and also economically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So we're just going to hold it there, or just on that. We're just going to go for a short break, and then we'll come back and continue having this conversation.
Sure.
All right. So we are going to have Better by Motoria, and then Beba by Zenia Manase, and then we'll continue this conversation. This is Sheversations.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
It's been a really long time, tangu nikuvutie. I only called today, but I think about you every day. Najua nilichoma, yeah. I take the blame. Juu tangu iyo day, I've never been the same. Find me at B&D of late kila weekendi. Nimekosana na wengi, lakini sisi I'm regretting. I know you know me well, usikate juu niko mlevi. Please don't up on me. Niache niseme ukweli. I've been upset cause no one loves me better. Hata wanipende aje na wapenda shingo pande. I know you're upset cause no one loves you better. Hata wakupende aje utahepa someday. I'm not stalking you, niliona umepost pictures are cost. Your new man doing the most. You seem happy, you seem so happy. Called to let you know I'm taken, but available for you. Bestie, bestie, we nirudishie phone. Cause you don't understand what the hell is going on. Kilimani reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. She needs to know what's in my heart. Oh, I've been upset cause no one loves me better. Hata wanipende aje na wapenda shingo pande. I know you're upset cause no one loves you better. Hata wakupende aje utahepa someday. I've been upset cause no one loves me better. Hata wanipende aje na wapenda shingo pande. I know you're upset cause no one loves you better. Hata wakupende aje utahepa someday. Reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. She needs to know what's in my heart. Oh, reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. Needs to know what's in my heart.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Run. Warembo ni wengi ila na walenga. Ndio maana usiku siku hizi nalala mapema. Hawataniteka. Heri tu ninyonge na nilale juu sitakucheza. Nami nimekiri yetu sio siri. Ni wewe tu na mimi. Niamini, loving you is easy. Wacha wakupinga watupinge. Umenibeba, asante kwa kunipenda hivi unavyonipenda. Umenibeba, asante kwa kunipenda hivi unavyonipenda.
Kusema nashangaa si kawaida. Won't be quick to give my love if you won't either. Fever umedeliver. Safari ya mapenzi haina kufika. Nimekiri loving you is easy. Wacha wakupinga watupinge. Umenibeba, asante kwa kunipenda hivi unavyonipenda. Umenibeba, asante kwa kunipenda hivi unavyonipenda.
kwa kunipenda hivi unavyonipenda.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Welcome back. It is 22 minutes, 22 past half past the day here on Sheversations, 12 noon. 8 to 12, inaitwa half past the day.
Okay.
Half past the day. So it is 22 minutes past half past the day.
Okay.
And we just had Better by Motoria and Beba Zenia Manasseh. Speaking of Kubebana, so we have our government, our Kenyan government, yes. And you said that, you know, you've had the privilege of working in a political space.
Yeah.
And what I've understood, even though I'm often proven wrong, is that politics exists to help us govern the resources for the people.
For the people.
There would be no government if there were no people. And so any office that exists is meant for the people, you know? So now, what do you see in the, you know, in the political space when it comes to policy and government's dedication to eradicate period poverty? Kwako unaona how well or how poorly are they doing?
Well, I can say that the policy are good on papers.
Okay, on paper.
But practically on the ground, things are so different.
Kukuaje uko kwa ground?
Because, for instance, if I can give you an example, like 2023-2024 financial year, the budget for the country,
yes,
3.1 billion was allocated for the National Government Affirmative Action Fund for the women.
Yeah.
In all the 47 counties.
3.4 billion.
This is a kitty that is controlled by the women representatives.
Okay.
To support the girls with sanitary towels.
Okay.
The sad reality on the ground is like, it is either the money is not trickling down,
yeah,
and girls are missing their sanitary towels.
Yeah, their rights.
Yeah,
because that's
rights.
our taxpayers' money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think it's a big letdown from our legislator, the policymaker. This is money which has been allocated. When I go to some of the schools, yeah, the last time when they tell you about the last time they received the donation from the this kitty,
yes,
is a year ago.
Okay.
Caro, next month,
yeah,
we are going to another financial year.
Yeah.
The same amount,
yes,
3.1 billion is going to be allocated to this kitty.
As a woman, I start to shake inside.
It is either people are sleeping on the job or they are taking Kenya for a ride.
Yes.
An issue of period poverty is something that is a human right issue that need to be addressed. I fail to understand. Caro,
tunabebwa
2030. Yeah. 2030. We're still talking about period poverty.
It's shameful.
In the 21st century.
It does not make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Yes.
So I believe that they need to pull up their socks. The people, the relevant officers need to support these girls because a girl should not miss class because of a pad.
Yes.
And now, for example, in a month, if a girl can miss class for 4 days,
it really affects them.
It really affects.
Yeah.
When
hiyo ndio siku mtafundishwa quadratic equations.
Yeah.
Utawaielewa.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then even for the girls, when they come back after 4 days, because number one, it's pathetic. The toilet latrines.
Yes.
Is so pathetic. They're not friendly for the girls.
Yes.
So they even fail to explain to the boys
what's going on.
Where were you?
Yeah.
They'll fail to explain.
So you just live in a life of
shame. They want to be affected in terms of stigmatization among them.
Yeah, just shame.
Absolutely.
You don't want to be the topic of gossip.
Absolutely.
Ati sasa tunajua next week pia we unaenda juu ya period.
It's true.
It's very shameful that we live in a country where the powers that be, and as enabled as we are economically, even though we are saying things are hard, the funds are present. And this conversation that we're having of period poverty should be far along. if 3.1 billion was actually buying girls' pads in our country. And sa kumekuwa na hapa on my way home, as I'm walking, I like to walk to CBD pale ndio niende home. Kuna billboard imebadilika, I think this is the fourth one. Yeah, Senator Gloria Oroba. Yeah. Saying end period poverty and all of that. And I think kama uko on social media, umeona venye, you know, once in a while, she surprises us and goes with a stain, you know, an artificial stain
just
on
to
her
create
clothing.
Awareness to the
to
public.
Create awareness. And now my question is, because pia kuna, during Mandamanos, I think she was one of the people that really disappointed because Karen Nyamu also made some very interesting comments. Na tujasahau, it's very hard to forget when somebody says, hizi vitu, you know, they should use tampons, you know, and then you also have now our senator making some very negative comments about youth. And yet she's supposed to be representing young girls. Because before that, nilikuwa nasema hebu mwachane na huyu mama, at least kuna kitu cha maana anafanya. You know? So my question is, when it comes to politicians, because, you know, we've talked about policy, we've talked about government as a whole, but now, and, you know, you've shared with us how this kitty is with women reps. So them not necessarily being women reps, but being a part of our government. Do you think that sometimes our politicians ride on what girls are going through, that being an example? Or do you feel that that cause is genuine and that it's creating change, but with that particular, you know, senator's perspective?
I think the cause is genuine.
Okay.
Number one is creating awareness.
Okay.
For those who didn't realize that our girls are suffering silently.
Now they know.
They're able to understand it. And then I told you earlier that this is a silent epidemic, not here in Kenya, but it's a global issue.
Yes, true.
Yeah, so we need to create more conversation about it so that people can understand. The men, the young boys can also understand that.
Yes.
When this happened to a girl in
what
class,
should you do?
What should you do?
Yes.
Number two, even when on issue of sex education, this is something that need to be addressed in school so that the boys should not mock the girls during their periods. I can say that in terms of legislation, I've told you earlier, the policy on paper
is perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For crowdfunding or to get funds from outside, but then reality of the ground. A lot need to be done. And not only with the politician, we have got organization like Kota Mashinani. We have got like-minded people who have realized that we need to support the girls. We should come up together, synergize this process, and create the awareness much bigger, not only in Kenya, but because even Nairobi, when you go to slums, the informal settlements, there's a lot happening. Very sad story, but nobody's addressing them. So we need to get the conversation going. I support what the Senate is doing because I can tell you, period poverty is not a local problem. It is a global problem and also require a global solution.
I love that. I love how intentional she is with a message. It's very consistent, which is why I made note of the fact that that billboard has changed 4 times since last year. So I noticed kama sai jana, on Wednesday I noticed that, oh my God, it's a different one. I don't know when it was changed. And I was wondering why. But what you've said, and especially, you know, from a media practitioner's perspective, it is very important to get the conversation going.
Absolutely.
And I think what that says to me is that everybody has a role to play. You might not be the one on the ground handing out pads. You might not be like Duncan, able to go into the grassroots level and actually see how people are on the ground, go into those schools. However, there's something you can do. And I think influence, you know, why we like to mention our politicians is influence.
What I can tell you, Caro, is you have seen what's now big story in our newsrooms about the Butere girls issue. And I was saying that we were discussing with a friend, and my take was this: the play was good, but there's a force behind the scene, which is not good. the intention is good. And
it became political.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But once it has taken the political angle where the politician now are giving the push, is now wrong.
So that's another way to look at it, that there were other forces.
Other forces.
Yes.
Now, number two, I can tell you, on issue of period poverty, I'll just encourage even the people who are behind the script writing, the teachers, why can't we have such plays about period poverty? Why can't we have plays about the effect of early marriage?
Yeah,
Sex for pads.
Yeah.
Because that, I think, will give a lot of impact, give more emphasis, and also create a lot of awareness.
Yes, and because we've, you particularly really understand how important education is. We've talked about how that really, literacy and just making sure that, that we push everybody to go to their end is extremely important. I think we can't bypass the need for education. Now, something interesting that I learned when I was in campus a few years back, one of my lecturers, there was a research class that I was doing, and she shared a project that she did, I think, for her master's. And the project was, the case study was a school in Mlolongo. I think, if I'm not mistaken, might have been a primary school because she was talking about 9-year-olds to 12 years olds. That's still primary school, I think. And she said that the interesting thing is that they would leave class, run. And because she went on the ground, she actually saw it with her eyes. Wanakimbia, alafu wanaenda pale stage, wanaingia inside the track. And so, in the course of her research, she found out that these girls are, they know this in kawaida. When they see a track, they go and they know that they can have sex and get money. Our wasichana, the ones who could talk, the ones who shared, they said that they are doing it because they won't have pads. And a lot of people are surprised and they don't understand that some girls start their periods as early as 8 years. Na mwingine akasema ati ni juu anunulie mamake and the younger siblings chakula. Saa akaulizwa mnapewanga pesa ngapi? And nobody quoted an amount higher than 200. Most of them ni 50 bob. Achana na hii ya boda. 250 bob to 200 shillings, a truck driver, a grown man. Sijui about you and your experience, lakini mi sijawahi ona kijana mdogo akidrive hizi trucks.
These are old men.
They are old men. Yeah. At least, tuseme, wakiwa young ni 35 and above.
Exactly.
Like, they are not small boys. Seem to, bado wako confused. Na pia hata 21-year-old young man cannot be confused about how young a 9-year-old or 11-year-old baby girl is.
It's true.
So that's the reality on the ground. And personally, that's the first time, because we're talking about creating awareness. That's the first time I knew kuna kitu kama hiyo. Me, I knew there is prostitution. I knew there's teenage pregnancy. I knew that girls get defiled and these things are bad. And sometimes girls give themselves because of money. And these are exceptions. But it's only until that story, and it was shared within a class of 20 students. And it was about 5 or 6 years ago. It really impacted me because it shocked me to know that this is reality. And I think now when it comes to the influence that we carry, creating awareness cannot be bypassed.
It's true.
We need to create awareness. The 2024 anti-finance protests was because of awareness.
Awareness, yeah.
Social media. Yes, and that's what Sheversations exists to do, is just to have conversations where we inspire women and educate women, and also men on women's issues so that we can have a better society. Yes, and you are one of the people that, is educating girls, you and your organization, the people you work with. You, as a journalist, you understand the importance of just putting good content out there, good work out there. So with the work that you have done, how have you seen the transition from a girl who was desperate to somebody who now has access to menstrual hygiene products? How does this change their lives and the lives of the community around them with the work that you do?
What I can tell you, Carol, if I can just give a flashback of what I was doing on the ground, is like currently we are serving 25 primary schools.
25.
These are public schools. Yeah. And these are around 2,000 girls.
Okay.
2,000. It's not an easy job.
Yes.
And the pads also are not cheap.
They are not.
They are very expensive.
Yeah, they're taxed.
When you give the menstruation product, you need to include issue of sanitation, that is water. So all inclusive is not an easy task. It is a thing. I can remember when I was distributing some pads. So I was giving these girls 3 packets each.
Okay.
And a soap.
Yes.
Bar soap.
Yes.
I went back at home, and in the morning, one of the girls, I was told that she wanted to see me.
Okay.
So when I opened the gate, I found her standing with school uniform, and she asked me if I have more extra pads. But I said, I was in your school yesterday.
Yes. Didn't you receive?
I think I gave you some 3 packets.
Yes.
She told me that, yeah, you gave me, but unfortunate thing, my mom took them. Okay. You feel like you want to crash.
Yeah.
Okay.
You anger, sadness, all of it.
You empathize with the girl, and you realize not
the societal issue.
The society, the mother is not the problem.
Yes.
Poverty rate is so
high. Yes, because you can't blame the mother. It's unfortunate, but you ask yourself, so now what will the mother do?
Absolutely.
She's just like this girl.
So
they are the same.
In our next program, we are even planning to give them access, so that even the
women around them,
the women around can receive even 2 packs. Because Caro, the cheap one goes for 45 shillings to 50.
Yeah.
It depends with the quality.
Yes.
The eyes around 80 shillings. But then, how many parents up country can afford that?
Very few.
Very few.
Yes.
Very few. For instance, you have got 3 girls plus the mother. That 4 heads, means that for you to survive during that month, you need to set aside even 500 shillings.
Yes, and if you're going to be healthy, you need a minimum of 2 to 3 packets.
3 packets.
If you're going to do it the way we are advised by the people who create these products, meaning that you're changing it frequently, you're taking care of yourself. You're not keeping the same menstrual towel the whole day.
The only thing that the women back at home, sometimes they feel shy to come and openly say that they need, because what you'll ask is about, I think you have a man in the house.
Yes, where's your husband?
Where's your husband?
Yeah.
They should, but then the sad thing is that he doesn't care. He doesn't even know. He doesn't believe that you need that money to exist.
Yes.
Or you need to sort yourself out. Don't bring your issue to the man.
Yeah.
So that's
He's on his
enu. So the 200 shillings I gave you to buy sukuma is what you have buy the parts with. That's beating it straight away. So we need to create that conversation on a daily basis, grassroots level, baraza, so that the public, the men gender, can also understand that women also go through certain things during a certain period of time.
Oh, wow. That is so well said. It's very inspiring, and I think I'm very inspired, what you've just said, for me to do more. Because you're reminded, you hear these stories, na kwangu ilikuwa tu shock. It was the shock of the day, shock of the week. And when we're having conversations like this, sana kumbukanga your story. But to me, it's a story. To me, it's not a reality.
I can also tell you that when I started this thing, I created a WhatsApp group with the professional guys within the community.
All right.
So when it reaches times when I'm taking the parts to the girls, I engage the men on the WhatsApp that they can support me to get more parts for the girls.
At least support financially, even if you don't know what else to do.
As much they are not there physically, that their donation matters a lot, because it also creates awareness that there's something lacking for the girls. So,
and they also think about their own girls around them.
Exactly. So we need to talk about it. We need to involve the policymaker and also support these girls when it comes.
I love that. Thank you so much. And I think we've gone around. I think we've understood why period poverty is an issue, where it comes from, and what we can do. So what kind of, other than financially, what, just briefly as we conclude, what assistance would, for your organization, Kwetu Mashinani, but now for anybody else, maybe as an individual or as an organization, what can they do to support this from their perspective?
I normally believe in the power of partnership.
Okay.
And I believe we have so many like-minded people outside here who might even be willing to support the girls.
Yes.
But we are saying that we are open to everybody.
Yes.
At the individual level, organizational level, so that we can synergize the process together to support, because currently I'm working with, we are supporting around 20 primary schools.
Okay.
There's around 2,000 girls.
Yes.
And so when schools open, we believe that we are going to get more donation, and we are open to well-wisher to come on board to support our initiative, and also to end the issue of the period poverty.
Beautiful. And is there somewhere where they can get in touch with you, or where can they find more information in case they want to reach out?
You can reach out to us to social media pages, Kwetu Mashinani with a Q.
With a Q.
We can go to our website, that's www.kwetumashinani.org.
Okay.
You can go to my handles, social media handles, that is Rachuonyo Duncan. Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. You can get more information, and also you can just leave a word, a message that we can do a follow-up about it. Okay, so if you're a well-wisher out there, umesikia, Kwetu Mashinani with a Q on all the socials and on the website, and Rachuonyo Duncan. Yes, so that's where you can find. And so is there anything you want to tell Wakenya, just as just a final word about period poverty and how we can get to where we need to be? I can say that it is high time. And it's unfortunate that we are talking about period poverty in the 21st century. I'm urging brothers and sisters, men, male gender, to come on board to support the issue of period poverty. And it is not something to shy away. I am a man, I'm a father, I know what our girls are going through. And I'm appealing to our brothers to support this girl, not to ridicule them. They need to support them whenever necessary, and also support my initiative by providing more pads for the girls.
Okay, and that has been Rachuonyo Duncan, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for having this Sheversation with us. So you're a qualified Sheversationalist. Uko inje, you tell them I'm also a Sheversationalist, because we've been able to have this conversation.
Sure.
Yes, and we are wiser because you came on to today's show. So I appreciate you. Hoping to have more conversations in future.
Absolutely.
If you have a project that you're doing, an initiative, feel free to come and share with us.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to let the people have a beautiful weekend. And from me and Duncan, this has been our Sheversation today. And I'm going to leave you in the good hands of Susie Noma. This is Muthoni, the drama queen. I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Sitting at the corner, me and Susie Noma. We ain't got no worries, we are looking like the owners. Sipping on Coronas, looking at the phone. All them pretty boys come and tell us how they want us. Mambo ni kungoja, aki utangoja. Sinaga my time, saku waiting I be oja. Planning how we want, take over the walks. Riding on the drums and the clap and the bass goes boom. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. If you really know it and you really wanna show it, be the way to go. Go and grab somebody, move your body, show somebody, be the way to go. All this I know, all this I know, all this I know. All this I know, all this I know, all this I know. I'm in at the corner, me and Susie Noma. We ain't got no money, but we do it how we wanna. Minting our nails, checking our mails. All them pretty boys wanna have us, but they feel Kim Tangoya, Leon Tangoya, Sai to coax, Kunaga Zavioya. Running how we want, take over the walls. Riding on the drum and the clap while the bass goes boom. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. If you really know it and you really wanna show it, be the way to go. Go
stress but sitachoka. Manake mimi staya mimi nyota. Mungu peke ndio mimi nitaogopa. Get back 'cause unachoma choma choma choma. Daily na meremeta, form yangu ni kutesa. Usikol kama si pesa, bade na chipeleka. Inaselela, dombola, mande mana lose composure. We catch a flies, not feelings. Leo tuna dance by ceiling. Don't waste my time, don't miss my energy. Don't kill my vibe, don't mess my energy. Let's say goodbye, just fly around with me. Let's spend some time, just spend some time with me.
Feeling important, feeling like something is coming all over me. Feel like a soldier, feel like I'm going to war with the enemy. I've gotten older, I'm very comfortable with my identity. It's never over, I'm ready, I'm willing, I'm feeling hypnotized, I'm feeling like a child. I need to realize, I'm feeling so alive. I take off my disguise, and I get myself the prize. I don't mean to be shy, all I can do is try.
Don't waste my time, don't miss my energy. Don't kill my vibe, don't mess my energy. Let's say goodbye, just fly around with me. Let's spend some time, just spend some time with me.
Some people search and seek until they find the light. Some people think that everything they think is right. Some people don't believe in peace, they want to fight. Some people not my type, some people not the vibe.
Shangilia, pango yote imepangiliwa. Shida yetu yote tatuliwa. Maisha yetu imebarikiwa. Shangilia, pango yote imepangiliwa. Shida yetu yote tatuliwa. Maisha yetu imebarikiwa.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Luku safi baby jo unatisha, beba raha twende usijali form ni instant. Na lugha yako leo